Emma was on her way back from work when she saw that her mailbox was stuffed with letters. She pulled out a handful of envelopes and leaflets, and as she sorted through them, she noticed a white envelope that had no return address. It was addressed to her, but there was no stamp or postmark on it. Curiosity got the best of her, and Emma tore open the envelope. Inside was a letter written on old parchment paper. The handwriting was elegant and precise, as if it had been written by a calligrapher. The letter began,
"Dear Emma, if you are reading this letter, it means that fate has brought us together. You have been chosen to help me solve a mystery that has remained unsolved for centuries. I cannot reveal my identity to you, but I can tell you that I am a time traveler from the year 2077. The letter you are holding was written in the year 1877, and it has been passed down through generations until it finally found its way to me."
Emma was intrigued. She read on as the letter explained the mystery that the time traveler needed her help to solve. It involved a lost treasure, a secret society, and a series of clues hidden in different locations around the world. Emma was skeptical at first, but as she read the letter, she began to feel a sense of adventure and excitement that she had never experienced before. The letter ended with a cryptic message: "Meet me at the clock tower in the center of town at midnight tonight. Bring the letter with you, and be prepared for the adventure of a lifetime." Emma wasn't sure what to make of the letter, but she couldn't resist the call of adventure. She spent the rest of the day preparing for her journey, packing a backpack with essentials like a flashlight, a map, and some snacks. As the sun began to set, she set off for the clock tower in the center of town. When she arrived, she saw a figure standing in the shadows. It was the time traveler, dressed in a strange suit that glimmered in the moonlight. "Emma, I'm glad you could make it," said the time traveler. "Are you ready for the adventure of a lifetime?" Emma nodded, and the time traveler handed her a small device that looked like a compass. "This device will help you find the first clue," said the time traveler. "Follow it wherever it leads you, and be prepared for anything." Emma set off into the night, following the device as it led her through the dark streets of the city. She had no idea where she was going or what she would find, but she felt alive with the thrill of the unknown. As she followed the device deeper into the city, she noticed that she was being followed. She quickened her pace, but the figure behind her only seemed to get closer. Emma's heart raced as she realized that she was in danger. Just as she was about to turn around and face her pursuer, she heard a voice behind her. "Emma, stop." It was the time traveler, who had been following her all along. "Don't be afraid," he said. "I was testing you. I needed to know if you were brave enough to handle the challenges ahead. And from what I've seen, you're exactly the kind of person I need for this mission." Emma felt a mix of relief and frustration. She had been so close to finding the first clue, but the time traveler had tricked her. "Fine," she said. "Let's get on with it." The time traveler smiled. "That's the spirit. We have a long journey ahead of us, but I promise you, it will be worth it." Together, they continued on their journey through the city, following the device to their first destination. Along the way, the time traveler told Emma more about the mystery they were trying to solve. It involved a lost treasure that had been hidden by a secret society in the 19th century, and the clues to its whereabouts had been scattered all over the world. As they arrived at the first location, Emma's heart raced with excitement. The device led them to a small park, where they found an old statue of a knight. On the base of the statue was a small inscription, and when Emma looked closer, she saw that it was a clue. "This inscription is in code," said the time traveler. "But I have a feeling you'll be able to crack it." Emma studied the inscription, and after a few minutes of puzzling, she managed to decipher it. It revealed the location of the next clue, which was hidden in a nearby museum. They made their way to the museum and, after some clever maneuvering, managed to retrieve the second clue. The device led them on to a series of other locations, each more challenging than the last. They traveled through deserts, climbed mountains, and braved the depths of the ocean. At each location, Emma's skills were put to the test. She had to solve puzzles, decode messages, and overcome obstacles that seemed impossible to surmount. But with the time traveler's guidance and her own resourcefulness, she managed to succeed at each challenge. As they neared the end of their journey, Emma couldn't believe how far they had come. She had seen things that she never thought possible, and had discovered a part of herself that she never knew existed. Finally, they arrived at the last location, a deserted island in the middle of the Pacific Ocean. There, they found the lost treasure that had been the focus of their journey. It was a chest filled with gold and jewels, and it glinted in the sun as they opened it. Emma felt a rush of emotion as she looked at the treasure. It wasn't just the value of the gold and jewels, but the sense of accomplishment that came with solving the mystery. She had gone on an adventure that most people could only dream of, and she had succeeded. As they made their way back to the present day, Emma couldn't help but feel a sense of loss. The adventure was over, and she would never again experience the thrill of the unknown. But she also knew that she would never forget the journey she had taken, and the person she had become along the way. Thanks for watching. Please give it a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel for more content like this, and we'll see you in the next video.